What is up, everybody? We are back with another video, and today's gonna be a special one. You're gonna watch me mix through an actual live recording that I had the honor to do for Ben Ottolini. We actually recorded it in a coffee shop in Marion, Illinois, Crown Brew Coffee. If you're ever in Southern Illinois, the best coffee is in Crown Brew. There's really no challenge at all, which is sad, but it is what it is. So. Yeah, so this is going to be really cool. It was very cut down, so it's just drums, keys, an acoustic guitar, and a vocal, obviously. And so I'm super excited to show you guys just how to mix this. I'm going to be very fast. I kind of have everything already set up, and you're just going to kind of watch me go through one by one. I'll talk about everything, but I won't go into detail about everything. You guys are just kind of be like a fly on the wall today, watching me mix it. I've already mixed it. It's already been released. I will link down to the video below. But I have a feeling I'm going to mix it better because I'm better now than I was before, right? Like, that's usually how it works, is if you work on it, you'll usually get better. So, don't forget, in the description below, the 5-part framework to getting professional sounding live recordings. For free, absolutely free, from me to you. All right, let's dive in. So here is just the raw mix. The only thing I have on are some limiters, Pro L2 here on the master, and then I've got a Waves L2 here, just doing a little bit of a boost. We'll adjust those as time goes on, I'm sure, but I'm gonna adjust this microphone a little bit here, just so it catches my voice a little bit better. All right, so this is just the static mix. I'm just gonna drop it in. I think this is around the chorus. Pre-chorus. So pretty cool. Very, very unique. Just very, very interesting song. I'm choking. Water. Okay. So first things first, let's go to the master, or my mix bus, and I'm just going to turn all these on. If you guys did not see my mix bus plugin video, check that out. It is in the channel somewhere, and so I'm not going to go over these, but you know, Gullfoss tape machine, Ozone Imager, UAD Pultec in the L2. So now let's hear it. 'Cause we are ready for you, so heaven invade. Sweet, and then I'm going to turn these two buses. I just have an SSL native bus compressor on both of those. Just going to flip that on real quick, and that's just going to give us a little bit of compression. It's on the instruments. This is vocal. So cool. Very, very cool with that. Okay, so now we're going to go straight to the lead vocal. This is the way you should mix, is that the most important thing should get mixed first, make that sound the best, and then build everything else in around it. So, first things first, let's solo the vocal and see how it sounds. 'Cause we belong in your presence, so come on and open the doors, fling wide the gates. So, sounds pretty good. We used a DPA de facto, which is a great, phenomenal mic. If you can get your hands on that mic, it will be the best vocal mic that you can use, especially for stuff like this. So, first things first, we have Waves Clarity Pro. Just cleaning it up, trying to get as much of those drums out as possible, but without adding any artifacts. So here's with it on. 'Cause we are ready for you. Off. So heaven invade here and now. Come and move. So I would just say it takes those drums a few dB lower, which is definitely what we want. Then I've got the Pro Q3 here, and we're just taking out some mids, adding a little bit of top end. Here is with it out. In this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. Yeah, so Ben's got a lot of build up right here. I'll show you. So come on and out your way. We belong in your presence. Cool. And then we're going to do the pull tech, which is where I'm going to add a little bit of low end. You hear it's at 100 and +2 on the boost. And then we got 5K +2 on the boost. Sorry, it was not on the screen. 5K +2 on the boost.
So come on and open the doors, fling wide the gates.
So just a little bit of clarity, sorry, and a little bit of low end just to like round it out a little bit. And then I'm using RVox just to give it some nice compression.
'Cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now. Come and move in this place.
And then we're gonna do.
'Cause we belong in your presence. So come on and have your way.
I love following an RVox or like an LA2A up with a 76 because it just it brings back that aggressiveness or brings in some aggressiveness to your vocal, kind of just pushing it over the top of the mix.
For all that you are, and we just caught a glimpse of the things you can do.
Yeah, see, now it feels too loud, which is great. And I'm sure I could adjust the output. And then we're gonna do some fresh air. We're gonna see what that sounds like here.
And we're desperate for you to break through. So open the doors, fling wide the gates. 'Cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now.
Yep, just a little bit of top end up there. And then we're going to throw the C6 on, multi-band compression.
'Cause we belong in your presence. So come on
and I love using the C6 or the F6 on a lead vocal like this because if you guys go check out the video below, he's not constantly in the same spot in the microphone, and that's the big difference about live versus studio is that the vocalist is always going to be in and out, and so what a multi-band compressor or a EQ, a dynamic EQ like F6, it will actually equal out and make him sound like he's the same distance from the mic the entire time. Huge savior when it comes to that type of thing. Not as big as the savior, but you know. And then we got a FabFilter Pro de-esser, just hitting his S's whenever they kind of become too much.
Open the doors, fling wide the gates.
So nothing crazy there. Okay, and we're not done yet because vocal needs, you know, it needs some effects, it needs some space, right? And so now I feel like the vocal's a little loud, so we'll bring it down a little bit.
We are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now.
Cool. And so this first one is the Valhalla Room. This is like my go-to, usually around 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds, and somewhere in between there. And then this is a pro tip. Put a de-esser on before your room mic, or sorry, your room reverb, or any reverb, because it's just going to smooth out your reverb and not even like, it makes the reverb hard to be overwhelming in the mix because it's actually taking out some of those highs and really just giving you that smooth vocal sound on the way in. And then if you need to, I always have a Pro Q ready to go after the reverb. Take out any extra low end that is building up or any mids that build up within that reverb, because sometimes reverbs will add, you know, just some extra frequencies in there, which is what we want, but sometimes it's too much. So let's give this a listen now.
We're all that you are, yeah.
So yeah, you hear that tail, very short, but it just adds some presence. And then we've got this vocal plate. And this, I am using the UAD Pure Plate, which is a phenomenal plugin. I need to turn that mix all the way to wet. I don't know why that started there. That was weird. And yeah, let's just give this a listen.
Just caught a glimpse of the things you can do. and we're desperate for you to break
Nothing like a plate reverb on a vocal. It just sounds so good.
through. So open the doors, fling wide the gates.
And then I've got the Valhalla vintage verb here. Yeah, we got this up to 4 seconds. Sometimes I'll go up to like 8 seconds. I'm going to boost this to 5 here. And you can see I have that -18 because I don't need a ton of this, but what this is going to do is just add a lot of length in the vocal. And since there's not very many instruments, we need some space to be filled.
We belong in your presence, so come on and open the doors, fling wide the gates.
Cool. So on this, I'm not going to do any delay. It's not calling for it right now, in my opinion. I may add some slap delay just to widen the vocal a little bit later on, but right now we're going to leave it where it is. Okay, let's move on to acoustic guitar. So luckily Ben's got a great acoustic. He runs it through his pedal board, through some reverb, some EQ, and so it sounds really good already. So we just need to do a little bit EQ, some compression, and then we'll be off to the races. So right here, pulling out 161 in the high pass filter, and then we're pulling out some more low end at 200 at -8. And then we're going to mess with the top end and a little bit of the mid-range here in a second. So let's see how that sounds.
Then invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and out your.
Yeah, so there's a mid-range in here I don't like. I think it's right there, but I'm going to use this green one to take it out. About 1.1. There's still something funny somewhere. About 300. Yeah, so it just cleans it up quite a bit. Using the Klangheim compressor, super easy. Leave it on slow and just get like 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction.
Fling wide the gate to heaven, invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that, but it just kind of like locked it into the mix with everything already, even though we haven't been able to mix everything. And then last but not least, we're just going to make sure it's very stereo and add the Brainworks Stereo Maker.
Presence, so come on and open the doors and fling wide the gate.
Yep, sounds awesome. Okay, next is the keys, and we're just running the keys left to right to a keys bus here with the SSL 4K. And let's give this a listen. Take it off. So the keys already sound so good. Like there's just not much I need to do to them. Honestly, if I'm being honest, like I don't know. They already sound good. The only thing that I am going to do, and this is a little hack if you guys don't have a bass player, is I'm going to use a plugin called Low Control from Black Salt Audio. This is a very cool plugin, and I'm going to find... Let's open this up, actually. Pro Q. Yeah, so somewhere like around 170 is some of that where those lower notes start, and so we'll just start there. And what this enhance knob is going to do is it's going to add low end saturation. And so basically what that is going to do is it's going to help fill out the low end for us. Let's go here. What's with it out? It almost adds like a kick drum sound to it. Makes it a little percussive, but adds some low end to it. Obviously, you can't add too much because it can get out of control pretty quickly. Cool. So that's keys. Now let's move on to drums. Drums are pretty straightforward. I actually had a kick-in mic, but I did not like it. I didn't like how it sounds, so I just straight up got rid of it. So this is the kick-out mic here. Sounds pretty good. The only processing I'm doing is on the kick bus here. A little bit of top end, a little bit of mid range, and then we're pulling out. You know, we're always going to pull out something in that mid range. 500 is usually the go-to, and then we're just going to leave it about there. Also, I'm just now noticing it keeps cutting it off. Okay, so yeah, you guys see it. And then we're also just going to do a little bit of saturation. So this I'm actually using from the Slate virtual. Which one is this one? The virtual mix rack. Yeah, that's right. I can't get all their acronyms right. So we'll turn this on, and it's just going to add just a little bit of saturation here. It's going to add some of that roundness, and then this is going to add some of that earthiness, maybe even more roundness. Take it off. Put it back on. So yeah, just makes it nice and round, nice and clear.
Here and now, come and move in this place. 'Cause
And then the snare, he's actually doing a lot of. He's just doing rim shots, pretty much the whole time, like rim hits. So we're not actually getting any snare hits. So turn that off. And here we're just doing a little bit of top end boost, a little bit of 4K cut, a little bit of 500 cut, and a little bit of boost around 200 just to bring in that body of the smacks and the hits. And then we're taking out about 100 hertz on the high pass filter. And then again with the virtual mix rack, we're going to turn this gate off because we don't need that for this. Just adding some sort of saturation. Love the Hollywood saturation. This custom series lift, which I don't know if that's still free or not. I think it was free at one point. But this is a very cool plugin that it does some magic juju. I'll just turn it off, turn it back on for you. Like, just the top end is so nice. And then this just adds some nice roundness to it. Very, very subtle. We're not looking to do anything outrageous and crazy here. Does the floor tom even get hit? That's a good question. Ah, okay. I see. It does.
fleeing wide the gates. We are here and now.
So it does a little bit of a hit there. We're not going to touch that. We're just going to... Those are like my typical drum starting settings. Looks good.
Move in this place.
We got cymbals and hi-hat. Pro Q3 doing a lot. So we're adding just a little bit of that shimmery top end, and then we're taking out a lot because cymbals can really get out of hand, especially in a mix like this. So we want to find those troublesome frequencies. So we're playing this. See how it just tames the cymbals? You just got to find some of those frequencies. And then I like I really liked this bell curve a lot of the time, because what it does is it actually opens up a lot of room for the vocal and for like sometimes guitars to shine through. It just depends. This is sitting around 4K, but it can sit around 3 or 2 or 5, just whatever the song needs. Play with it and see what works well for you. We got an 1176 here, just to get those bigger hits. It's really not working hard at all. It's really just getting the big kick and the rim shot hits. Oh. And then last but not least, we got Soothe doing some crazy stuff. I'll do a better tutorial on this at some point, but this is one of those plugins that does some crazy stuff and it saves your mix. So let's listen to it without it. And we'll put it in. See how I just cleaned the cymbals up? And see how it's just taking out little resonances in your cymbals in this area, in this 1.5 to 8K, 9K area, which is where the cymbals can really just mess a lot of your mid range up. And it's super simple, to do that and Soothe. Check this out. Very, very cool plugin, and I think they do like a rent to own thing now, so it's actually easy to start paying for the plugin but not have to buy the whole thing up front, which is great. And then last but not least, we have our drum bus. Right, you guys have all seen me do this. This one's going to be a little different. So we got the Pro Q3 and really just on the whole mix, right, pulling out some more of that mid range, adding some top end, some presence.
Ready for you, Lord. So heaven and they hear it.
It's nothing crazy. Now this is where you actually hear a big difference is with this drum compressor. Of course, the API 2500 because it's the best one.
Now, move in this place. We belong in your presence. So come on
and I'm definitely not going to be hitting it nearly as hard as I would on like a big normal worship mix because this is just a different vibe. And then we also are using Spiff. Again, I will probably do a better in-depth video on this, but this helps control transients, and this just helps solidify the transients within the drum mix. I'm putting it on the bus, so let's listen to it with it out.
this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and open the doors and fling wide the gate.
So very subtle, but it's just inching a little bit. And then last thing on the drum bus is the clipper. We have it right now at 5.4. I think that's just kind of where I started at.
We are ready for you, Lord. So heaven and they here and now.
It just adds some just liveliness to it. Okay, and then as you guys know in my drum series videos, I have a Drum Crush 1, Drum Crush 2. This time I'm actually using the FG Stress from Slate Digital. Doesn't really matter which one you use. They all sound great. And so now let's hear what these drums sound with the effects, with the reverbs, and the 2 compressors.
Move in this place. We belong in your presence. So come on and have your way. Ooh, yeah. You'd have your way. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's coming together so quickly. Okay. Last but not least, kind of the glue that holds this all together. So I was kind of dumb and didn't set out room mics because it's this really cool coffee shop, as you'll see in the video. And I was really flustered. I couldn't get some things to work. I was borrowing some gear from some friends, and so I forgot to set up some room mics. So here is how you get around that. You create what's called a live album reverb. I like the Valhalla room the most. So And you can adjust this however you want to. I have this one at 3.3 seconds, and I'm just using the room setting with a 10 millisecond pre-delay. Super, super simple. And then, of course, I have this EQ after it, and I'm pulling out some of that mid-range because after we kind of add everything back into it, you're going to see that, like, here, I'll keep this off, but you'll see it gets a little muddy in this lower mid-range just because there's just a lot of buildup in keys, acoustic, and vocal and drums. Like, it's all there. So I'm going to unmute this and gradually bring this up, and it's basically just going to glue the whole mix together and almost feel like it puts them in this huge room together. Because right now it feels a little stale, and I'm sure you guys hear that. And so we want to get out of that space.
So heaven invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and open the doors and fling wide the gates, 'cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now. Move in this place.
So you guys kind of hear, like, it added this really good space. It filled in gaps. Like, without it, when I muted it, it just felt stale. And so now we're going to throw this Pro Q3 on, and this is just going to clean it up a little bit more. And so a lot of this reverb is just going to live here in this upper mid area. But it's just going to kind of glue everything together while we get rid of this very top end and the very bottom end. So let's come back here, turn it off.
So heaven invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and open the doors and fling wide the gates, 'cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now.
Yeah. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to do. One more thing. So this is kind of a hack that I don't think a lot of people have done. So duplicate complete. And we're going to do snare top 2. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add trigger here. And yes, I know that there's no snare hits. You guys will see what I'm doing in a second. I do have to find this. Here we go. So I have a rim shot that I did a sample of. So we're going to throw that here. I think you guys probably already know where I'm going. So let's solo this, and we may need to actually gain the whole thing up a little bit. And did I? Okay. Yeah, so see, it's not triggering every single one. So we're going to boost the volume here. Boost the sensitivity a little bit, bring this down. Get rid of the very low end here. Let's actually see if those are all the hits.
In your presence. So come on.
Oh, those are kick hits. Yeah, I should not be doing that.
In the doors, fling wide the gates, 'cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and have your way.
And so here's what's great about this here. We'll just do trig rim. Is now I can send this individually to the drum verb here, and we can send like a ton of it if we want to. You don't have to. I think it already sounds good, but I'm just kind of showing this by example. Boom. So just by example, obviously I'm not going to leave it in there, but you get what I'm saying.
'Cause nothing's too big for you, Lord. In your presence, hearts will be changed.
Cool. So obviously I rushed through some of that. I would fine tune it, but just showing you guys what I would do is if you can find a sample or create your own sample like I did, then you can even enhance that rim shot because he's kind of inconsistent as you guys can hear. And so what I would do is I would go into either this clip here and just kind of like either I would cut out some of those ladder kick samples, or I would actually go in and you know make it like clip gain each individual one so that it came through way more consistently. But you guys kind of get the gist of it. So we're gonna play it from the bridge here and then until the end, so you guys can just kind of enjoy it.
In your presence, hearts will be changed, and chains fall away when you move. There is freedom, healing, and breakthrough, 'cause nothing's too big for you, Lord. In your presence, hearts will be changed, and chains fall away when you move. And there is freedom, healing, and breakthrough, 'cause nothing's too big for you, Lord. In your presence, hearts will be changed, and chains fall away when you move. And there is freedom, and healing, and breakthrough, 'cause nothing's too big for you, Lord. So open the doors, fling wide the gates, 'cause we are ready for you. So heaven invade here and now. Come and move in this place, 'cause we belong in your presence. So come on and open the doors and fling wide the gates, 'cause we are ready for you, Lord. So heaven invade here and now. Move in this place. We belong in your presence. So come on and have your way. Ooh, oh, yeah. You'd have your way. Yeah.
Yeah, so man, that's such a good song. I was very much around when Ben wrote that song, so it hits home whenever I was around writing it with him. So, oh man, that's so good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys got from today's video. If you guys had any like, whoa, that was cool. And if you guys like this, I can do more of these where I kind of like just open up a mix and just kind of go for it. I could do one of these like once a month or something. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, just remind you down below is the 5-part framework to getting professional live sounding worship recordings. Absolutely free, no charge. Just go pick it up. And last but not least, the world needs us. They need audio engineers, musicians, music producers, creating worship music that bring glory to the Lord. So I want you to keep it up and keep doing it. And if you need help, let me know. That's what I'm here for. And yeah, just don't stop. Like if you're in a rut or something, like just go spend some time with the Lord and get back to it, because that's usually all you need. So yeah, we did it. Energy drink. This is by far the best energy drink I've ever had. It just is. I don't. Okay, I should probably end the video. Love you guys. Bye.